G'day everyone. A little while ago, I published a short on my plans for space-saving gardens. And guess what? We've got most of it in. So we're going to start having a look at what we've done to maximise the space usage we have. And we're going to start out on our balcony. Hang around, see what we got up to. So most people have got a little balcony. You know, if you live in a unit, a flat, condo, whatever you want to call those silly things, you've probably got a little bit of outdoor space where you can put a couple of chairs or a barbie or something like that. Well, my house has one of those. So if you have a look here, we've got a nice little sitting area that we can come out and enjoy the traffic. In actual fact, we can enjoy all the wildlife and the bird in the garden. But I thought, why not do something with it and grow things? Now, this bit's a little bit decorative, but it's also useful for growing veggies and herbs. Particularly nice for herbs because our kitchen is just in there. So when we need something, we can just wander out here and pick our herbs. So let's have a look, starting at the cheapest possible way of doing it, working our way up to the more ornamental ways of planting on our balcony and maximising our space usage. So any space you've got free, you can grow. Down the driveway here, we're making use of it by growing in pots, and we've got lots of different fruit trees here. We've got passion fruit, guava, Burdekin plum. This one I can't pronounce, but it's a small native fruit. Quince trees, and of course we've got fence line. Now, as we move further down, you can see we've got a couple of lime trees, old man saltbush, and this is a really good one to grow up and around places. It's an Australian native, and the leaf is very salty and quite tasty. So you can use it as an addition to salad. Salty. Or you can dry it out and use it as a replacement for salt, which is really handy. But where we've got fences, we can utilise our pots. So this is all wasted space. Nothing grows here if we just left it as is. But what I've done is I've put a couple of the metal pots up here with some flowers in it to attract the pollinators. And that sort of gives us a little bit extra space. And over here on the balcony, I've added a couple more. Again, these quite economical metal pots, just hanging over the railing here, my old rusty railing. And of course, hanging baskets. So if you just have a look here, there's quite a lot of growing area in a place that you normally wouldn't have anything. So coming along the railing, and I'm going to get more of these plastic pots are a little bit more expensive than those metal ones, but they look like they're going to be much more durable. And growing in here, we've got just a few herbs. So we've got some spring onions and some nigella growing in these ones. And we'll come up and have a look at this because this is a really good stand for growing strawberries and other things. So if we come up here, we can have a look. So on the patio itself, we've got quite a collection of different sorts of pots and things to grow in. We've got a gardenia down here, which again is a beautiful plant for the aroma, the perfume it gives off, but it's just in a pot. If you look at what we've got in these hanging baskets, we've got things growing underneath the hanging baskets and the hanging baskets themselves. These ones have just got some lavender and some flowers and a bit more of our nigella in there. You enjoying that, Rufus? And as we move along, by using a tiered setup, we can put our pots just on a old rusty metal rack and layer them up. Again, this is just flowers to try and get the pollinators around. So this is another Temu device. It's just a timber rack. And as you can see, we've got 6 pot plants growing in here. Again, we just got some flowers for this one. It's a bit more upmarket. It looks much prettier, so we can have it facing the yard itself or on the balcony. But sturdy enough, and it holds those nice terracotta pots. Now we move to the really good stuff. This I'm very impressed with. I've just bought another one, in fact. I like it so much. This is a vertical garden here. Doesn't look that stable, but it's stable enough. And it's got 6 tiers of 4 little wings each. And it allows us to grow things and cascade them down. But you can see we've got basically 6 pots, all in the space of 1 pot. And that's really, really good. It's on wheels. The wheels aren't great, but it allows you to turn it round so all sides can get equal amount of sun. In the top, I have some nigella and some basil, which is just about to sprout, I think. If we come and have a look. No, the basil hasn't sprouted. If we look down here, we've got herbs sprouting. They're just going to grow there. Then we have 3 tiers of strawberries, which is 12 plants, which hopefully will cascade down. And we'll get lots of strawberries, but they'll be away from the slugs and the snails and slaters, which tend to eat them. And down at the very bottom, we've got some curl-leaf parsley, which will grow up. And we can sort of trim it off at the height we want. For our kitchen herb patch, we just come out our front door and trim off what we need. So that's a little balcony bit. But I've got a much larger one coming up shortly, where we're doing the same in the backyard, which has a lot more area, so a lot more options to grow vertically there. Now, you've seen what I've put in here? Make sure when you're setting this up yourself, you choose the right plants for the right season. I've got all summer stuff in here, strawberries, petunias, some of the herbs only for summer. And it will get hot, and we will need to keep it watered. So make sure that you've selected the right sort of plants, and you put your hanging baskets in the right sort of place. The ones I've got against the fence, I'm not going to be able to leave there, because in summer, that will get so hot and the heat will bounce back off the fence, and it'll basically kill anything I put there. But I've got lots of space around the balcony where I can move them to. As far as the containers go, we've got cheap-ish, mid-price, and some that are a little bit pricey, but they look nice, and that's important. Now, some of these have turned out so good, I'm going to buy more of them. These plastic pots that hang on the fence, definitely getting more of them. They look like they're going to last really well out in the weather. They're good size and solidly built. The vertical strawberry planter, I've already ordered another one of them because they're nice. I really like them. I'm sure you can get more expensive ones, but the ones I get from Temu certainly seem to be doing the job. The hanging baskets, I didn't really talk much about these, but they are a budget one because once you've got the outlying basket, you can get these inserts, and these work quite well, these fibre ones. Not the prettiest thing around, but they are cheap. Again, from my friends at Temu, a good cheap alternative to the koi ones that tend to look pretty ratty pretty quickly. And these are okay. I quite like those. So what do you think of my little balcony bonanza? Just what I'm doing on my little front porch out here. It can grow quite a lot. And as I said, I'm going to be buying a lot more of this stuff now that I've tried a few of the bits out. And we'll increase our growing area, put in more herbs with our parsley and spring onions and basil, Thai basil, lemon basil, sweet basil, some marjoram, oregano, and I could go on and on. But just a whole heap of herbs out here, close to the kitchen, so we can just wander out and grab what we need when we need it. Let me know in the comments what you think. What else could I do out here? What more can we have? Like, subscribe, hit that belly icon. Belly icon? It's not a belly icon. Bell icon. Enjoy life. I'll catch you in the garden.